Okay, so here we've got our generic job sheet. At point of inquiry, we would obviously get some info off you guys. So we've got your job site address, the client phone number, site contact phone number, date of measure, install date required. At time of measure, was the site ready for install in regards to, was it painted, set, ready to go? Did it require blocking out? Yes, no. To the left over here, we've got glass type 12mm toughen, pretty standard for most balustrades. Glass fixing methods. This job here, for example, was standoffs. Hardware color, black. Substrate material. This job here was a full timber string job. So this way, with this down documented, the installers know that right, I'm in for concrete. Make sure I've got hammer drills, chem set, dynabolts, whatever's required, just so they know what they're in for. At time of measure, was the stringer dimpled? Yes. Was the bolt installed? No. Does this job have CAD drawings? Yes. Handrail type. This job here was a 38 round rebated black butt rail. Down the bottom here, you have your bill of quantities for your hardware. 20 times 50 by 30 standoffs, 16 times 40mm hanger bolts to go into your stringer, 4 times 75mm hanger bolts to go into your void panel. This way you can get ahead and get all your hardware ordered well and truly before you're ready for install. This way, last minute you're not like, supplier's got no stock, what do we do? This here you could message, email to your installers, to your employees. That way they've got everything on hand in regards to drawings. They can easily measure it. If there's an error from manufacturing or whatnot, they can see what the go is. They can visualize how the panels are to go. They've got all the dimensions and whatnot that's easily visible on any phone. This is obviously, you would get a file separate to this with these drawings by themselves, so they're clear. You can send them off to your glass supplier for them to manufacture. For the guys who have their own production facilities, we would generate DXF files for these that they could literally send straight to the Intermac, the water jet, the cutting table, etc. So here we have a job that so what we would do is come to site, do our set out, and what we would do is we would get a nail punch and punch the holes, as you can see here, 2 little dimples. That way when your installer turns up, they've got the locations of where the standoff hanger bolts need to go. Turn up, drill them all out, whack your hanger bolts in, and then standoffs on, glass on, etc. As installers, you would know, you put your hangers in, you got to tape them up. Sometimes the tape gets all gooey. If you don't tape them, painters just don't care. They'll paint the bolts, and then it's a pain in the bum to try and screw your standoff bases on, etc. Just quick, easy for everyone. For the painter, they don't have to worry about sanding around your bolts and painting your bolts. Just in, out, be as efficient as possible. Here we have a job that we went to, and just really shows where the industry's going. We've got augmented reality here, so you can really see the clarity on the handle, walk up to it, see it. Perfect for clients who don't have that capability of being able to visualize it, and it's, you're flicking through your phone going, hey, have you got photos? And at least this way you can draw it, put it in situ, and they're like, oh wow. It's amazing how blown away clients get. Still early days with augmented reality, but it's definitely moving in the right direction. Here we have a nice little job that we did. This one was at Bellevue Hill. Floor-to-floor glazing, all by standoffs with balustrade above. So as you can see, all lined up. This one here, the top tread there had a little notch. Client was like, hey, what's going to happen here? Rather than trying to sketch it on a piece of paper and explain to them, this way they can visualize it. We can overlay images over the CAD so they can actually get a virtual and actually see exactly how it's going to go. And we can make deductions there for floor coverings, etc. This one here actually had an issue with the wells just not being in line, and the builder wasn't on site at the time, and trying to discuss that and explain that to them over the phone and how it was all going to line up, virtually impossible, resulting in the builder would have to come back out and, you know, set the laser up, show them. This way we can draw it, show them, ask, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Can you extend the panel? Just so you know that, are you going to be happy with how that lines up there? Do you want to notch it out over the floor on the lower level, etc.? So really highlights the benefits of being able to draw and do things virtually, to show him on his phone rather than coming back out and, wasting time with site visits, etc. Quite a complex job, stair over a stair, lots of holes, all the locations done with the treads there, just so you can visualize how they're going to go. So then we would obviously generate this into CAD that you can send off to your installer, but you can appreciate how many templates would be required. That top axis there, nice and true, not having to worry about a flick line sagging, or as you guys are cutting your timber boards, your templates, that they don't all line up. So yeah, there's ways of doing it to make it a lot easier, with CAD. So here we have the photo after it was installed. Glassy, and it was in a base shoe channel for the lowest there. Had a timber rail going on top, and it also had timber caps going over the standoff as well. So this was a floating timber stair, all the void rail up there. As you can see here, timber rail on, timber caps glued on. Seems to be a new trend that some people don't like seeing the standoff caps, so gives that floating effect, concealed fixing. Here's the curved screen that we did a while back. We did the virtual so the client could see what it's going to look like. Here's the finished product. Amazing bathroom. If this service is something that you guys would be interested in, there'll be a link in the description below for you to drop us an email or give us a call.